Hello, everyone. This is Marita, one who catches lightning, with the Path of Ish podcast, Walking with Our Shadow, where we share ancient indigenous teachings of remembrance, all so we can walk and learn how to walk a path of radical self-love. What an opportunity to pause before we enter into the circle, to just settle in. Today we will be talking and bringing into the circle a conversation or topic that has been very present as of late, one in which I've received much feedback and also given feedback to others. Today we will be talking about energy leaks. And as we have this discussion, we're going to upgrade our 3 breaths to help us check in, be honest, assess, so that we know our baseline of where we're at. So many times we burn out because we don't know our true capacity. We are taught to push beyond it, push through the pain, to disregard pain, to disregard exhaustion. We make our heroes those that push beyond the limitations of our physical vessels. Yet, if we study those who are truly able to do so in a good way, for example, let us say Olympians, they train and practice and know themselves and their bodies, sometimes in a very scientific way, and they're very aware of the limits or potentials of the human vessel. I say this because many times, unless you are someone who is checking in and monitoring things like this, we are working from unrealistic reservoirs of energy and potential. And we find ourselves in situations, again, where we burn out, or where we have a habit of falling into habits. Now, this isn't just about wearing watches that check in with your heart rate, the steps that you have taken, or anything like this. But this is checking in on you. We all have energy leaks, things that take our energy, our time, our money away from us. And sometimes we're taught that it's inevitable, but the truth is there are ways to mitigate, and these ways are ways where you are in close connection with yourself. Know thyself truly is an opportunity to have an honest relationship with who you are, where you're at, and then from there, work with yourself, not against yourself, to reach your potential. When I'm speaking of potential, I'm not just speaking of gold medals, as we talked about Olympians. or that raise or that job or climbing that mountain. I'm talking about the potential of getting to know yourself so intimately without shame or without the need to fix, to conquer, and to control, and experience a level of intimacy that is beyond anything else in this world. The path of radical self-love is one which we can walk every day to the best of our ability. And so when we have earned that good rest, we can look back at our life and not have regrets. To have no regrets, we must be honest of who we are. The interesting thing about this topic is that we always talk about energy leaks as if someone is attacking us. That term, energy vampires. And we always think that it is that which is outside of us that takes from us. We always think it's someone else. And while that can be true, it always takes two to tango. I recently was teaching a class about boundaries, and someone said, I don't even know what my boundaries are. Whether you know what your boundaries are or not, it's important to get to know yourself. So many times we talk about boundaries as something that we've achieved breaking. And we have the plaques and the things and the awards, but then who are we? I sit with these people. They are exhausted. They are tired. They are lonely. And they do not know who they are without their awards, without what they have done, and all the boundaries they have broken to achieve something. Some people don't even know what they like. Today, I'm inviting you to pause, to check in, and start creating a relationship with yourself that is intimate. And it's not just something that you do once, but like any relationship, it takes time. One big reason for energy leaks is that you don't know yourself. You don't know your value. You don't know your limits. You don't know your wants. You do not know your desires. Everything has been informed. Everything has been controlled. And you have been given a script. That means you break the mold and break the boundaries, and that is how you live your life. Without a sense of self, because it was never offered to you. Many times, because people think sense of self is vain, selfish. And remember, this is society informing you. And this comes from puritanical, Victorian ages, and other ages like that. So the first thing in getting to know yourself, and we've talked a lot about this, is to sit with yourself and figure out, what do you believe in? To make it more simple for this podcast, we're going to work on checking in with ourselves. Now, we've already taught you the 3 breaths, and we're going to add a little to the 3 breaths today. We're going to use the 3 breaths to support us as we ask ourselves, how are we doing now? We are always constantly checking on external circumstances, and rarely do we check in internally. And what happens is that we go to our habits, and sometimes that is the habit of a part of you leading over the other. And if that part is not doing well, you will not have the quote unquote success you are looking for. Let me give you an example. Today we will be working with the 3 breaths. We're going to check in also using the 3 breaths, asking our mind, so how are we doing mentally? Asking our body, how are we feeling physically? Asking our essence, how are we feeling emotionally? This check-in will let us know our baseline of where we're at any given time during the day. If we do not have a practice of checking in like this, what can happen is that, for example, if you are someone whose mind has a consistency of taking over the show, if you check in and your mind is weary and tired, and yet you're still putting that into play as the one leading the ship, then you're going to find yourself with difficulties. You will have more confusion. Things will not be as clear. You won't be coming with your strengths. Yet many times, since we operate in such a compartmentalized way, we don't allow the other parts of ourselves to take the lead. For example, if I'm tired and I've done a check-in and my mind is weary, I have the opportunity of asking my body to take the lead. Now, if I've worked with my body, and this isn't just about the aches and the pains and am I hungry, am I not, it will allow me a different sounding board. So even though I might be in a business review or meeting or at the grocery store, I can use my body not just to house me and to hold me, but to do that work of intuition, that work of connection. But what happens is many times we zone out and we're not even acting, we're not even present to what's happening, and we go through the motions. And when you go through the motions, it's really, really easy to have energy leaks. So let us do this practice now so we can start working with it. We're going to take our 3 breaths. We're going to welcome our parts in and just do a check-in. So let us begin. In and out through the nose. Let us bring our mind into this time, into this place, and ask ourselves, how are we doing mentally? How are you? Is your mind present? Is it wandering? Are you tired? Just check in. Is your mind stuck, obsessing about something? Just be honest. We're not trying to fix it. We're just trying to see where we're at. Okay, second breath. In and out through the nose, bringing our body into this time and place. And then we're going to check in with our body. How are we feeling physically right now? Check in. Is your body sore? Is it tired? Is it dehydrated? Are you hungry? Is it feeling amazing, empowered? Does it have a lot of energy or a little bit of energy? Just check in. We're just checking in. Just like you would check to see how much fuel you had in your car or how much time you had to run to the bus station. It's just a check-in. Don't get attached. Okay, last breath. Here we go. In and out through the nose. Bringing our essence into this time, into this place. And here we're going to ask ourselves, where am I? How am I feeling emotionally? And check in. Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you despondent? Are you frustrated? And just check in. Now we have a working baseline of where and how we're at this moment. Now the next step, right, that I teach and we practice after doing a lot of things is let's go through again and check in to see whose stories are these. So let's check in with the mind. How is the mind right now? Where are your thoughts? Are they your thoughts or are they someone else's? Is that story in your head something that you alone have created? Or where is the co-creation coming from? What are the demands in your head? And how are they attached? Is there energy being leaked here? Are you attached to your thoughts? Or not only to your thoughts, but those that have been co-created as you allow belief systems to entertain your thoughts. Okay, let's check in with our body now. When you're checking in physically, are you actually being conscious about how your body is actually feeling? Or are you just saying, oh, I'm okay? Or, oh, it doesn't matter? Are you attaching a value to it? Oh, I wish this. Or, oh, it's not that bad. Even here in our bodies, and our bodies hold our memory and stories. Here we can see in our bodies how we speak to them or allow our bodies to be heard. There can be an energy leak. There can be stories there. Stories that say, oh, don't pay attention to the body. Oh, don't worry, that's a sprained ankle and you can keep going. Or, oh my God, that all those ideas of worth attached to the body. Are you actually allowing your body a voice? Have you ever allowed your body a voice? Maybe it's not speaking loudly because you've never allowed it to be honest with you. And it's always been you telling your body what to do, how to do, and what to look like. And you've never allowed your body a voice. That is an energy leak. Because that means other people, other ideas, other beliefs are getting into your body, into your intimate relationship with your body and informing it. and you're not allowing your body to have a voice, to have a relationship. Okay. Just breathe in. Just let yourself relax a little bit more. And if you've never allowed your body to have a voice, sometimes it takes time to get to know how the body speaks to us. And I'm not just talking about statistics of your heart rate, your blood sugar. That is definitely a way a body talks to us. And usually when those statistics are off, those optimal statistics are off, even then sometimes when people are telling us something is wrong there, we don't listen. We have a tendency of not listening to the body. So check in with yourself. Where is your body talk? Is it just one way, or are you allowing yourself to receive? And again, we're not just looking at the body, giving us information so that we know how to hijack it, I guess you could say. We're really just saying, hey, how you doing, buddy? How you doing? How's it going? How can I help you? How can I be in relationship with you? What can I get you? A glass of water? What do you really need? So many times we've heard that when we think we're hungry, we're really thirsty. That just tells you right there that we don't know how to listen to our bodies. We jump to conclusions. So it will take time. Okay. Now emotionally, check in. Where are your emotions? Are they just yours? Or are you reacting to someone or to something? Do you have a tendency of carrying other people's emotions? And let me tell you something. Here's a little wordplay. I like little puns, right? Caring, as in caring about a person, does not mean you have to carry them up the mountain. Caring does not mean carrying. If you have that story or that contract with yourself, then in your emotional bank of conversations, you have an energy leak. You are giving away your story or your opportunity to know yourself for yourself and allowing other people's emotions to be what you carry. We always think that the energy leaks are people taking advantage of us. But so many times we ourselves do not have a good relationship with our body, our mind, our essence, so much so that we are not even living our life. We are not inhabiting our bodies, and we are not feeling our emotions. They are being informed by other beliefs, other systems, other people. If we can begin here to slowly, respectfully, honestly get to know ourselves intimately, then we will not be prone as much to give our power away. Sometimes power is your sense of self. I just want to pause here. And if you need to reset and take those 3 breaths again, please do so now. And I want to go through one more time as our meditation, that practice. This is a practice that I highly recommend doing throughout the day, and you can adapt it for yourself. This is a very shortened version of longer practices that I have been taught and are allowed to teach. And for the purposes of this podcast and what is possible in a podcast, we are just teaching the first steps. So let us take these first steps together towards honesty and radical self-love. So let us begin again with our check-in, supported by Ik, the 3-breath practice by the path of Ish. And let us begin so now. First breath in and out through the nose. It just calms you down. You bring your mind into this time, into this place, and check in with your mind. How are you doing mentally? And are you carrying other people's thoughts of you right now? And can you let that go? Are you replaying over and over in your head an old story, trying to change the ending? Can you let that go? Are you carrying in your mind what people think of you or have said of you? Whether you agree or disagree, can you let that go? The more honest you are with what and who your thoughts contain will allow you to be able to see where your energy leaks are. If you keep thinking about that lost love, there is an energy leak. Or what you should have done, there is an energy leak. Be here, be now, and just breathe. How much more can you release? Just put it down. And if you're attached to your thoughts, can you loosen the grip a little bit more? Keep breathing, just regular breathing. There you go. A little bit more. You will breathe a little deeper or yawn as you settle more into this. And that is a response that your body has of letting go. And you'll feel that return of your energy. Okay, second breath, second check-in, in and out through the nose. Bringing our bodies into this time, into this space, and ask your body, how are you feeling physically? And if you're feeling hungry, are you really thirsty? Check in. You can wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, move your head around, move your joints around. How are you moving physically? How is your body? How's your posture? How's your breath? Is your jaw clenched? Can you let that go? Can you feel into every muscle, every bone, and check in every ligament? For those of you who have somatic practices, this is a good time to use that somatic practice to bring body awareness. And for those of you who do not have a somatic practice, something simple you can do is put your hand over your heart and just feel the rise and fall of your breath and the beat of your heart. And start your conversation there with your body. Ok, muy bien. Seguimos. In and out through the nose. Bringing our essence and asking our essence to come here to this time, this place, and asking it on an emotional level. Where am I at? Am I carrying, or have I hidden things from myself? Is there parts of me that I've left behind that I don't want to deal with? Are there parts of me that I hide? Do I allow myself to be emotional? What does being emotional mean to me? If you have stories in there that are informing you of how to feel and deal, can you let that go for now? And just feel. Get to know your emotions and how they show up. You don't have to be attached to them, but just know you can have relationship with them, not one that is controlling or negating, but recognizes the energy in the motion. Okay. And just continue breathing and checking in with yourself. Hopefully you are feeling lighter. Hopefully this practice will serve you to start developing an intimate relationship with yourself of checking in so you can see where or what energy leaks am I carrying or allowing myself to have, and giving my power, my emotions, my intuition away because of I'm allowing myself to be informed by other people's stories, or I am acquiescing to a belief system outside of my own. The more you do this, the more these parts of you will get used to you, because you're asking them to be honest. And you're telling them, hopefully, that you will listen without trying to control them or denounce them. So this will take practice and time. Can you witness these parts of yourself so that you know where your energy leaks truly are? It is with gratitude and thanksgiving that I share these practices with you. Gratitude to all my teachers who have taught me throughout my life and continue to teach me how to walk a path of truth and honesty with myself so I can truly be myself. To them, I thank them, and to the people in my life that shine a mirror to me and tell me to keep shining my light and show me when I'm allowing it to be extinguished by my own energy leaks, my own old stories that I like to hang on to. I say thank you to you. I hope you find a way to adapt these practices into your everyday life, and may they bring you closer to yourself and on your path of radical self-love. Shade. Once again, it is with deepest gratitude that I bow to you for joining me on this podcast, this episode, this circle, this plática, this meditation, this remembering. I hope that you have stayed curious. I hope to see you in the circle again next week. So make sure that you like or follow. Until then, may you be blessed with abundance of peace and radical self-love.